Tour junkies.
What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the 2025 Masters betting preview. 10 years running, we've been doing this, and I am pumped. DB here, my boy Pat Perry. It's Masters week, baby. It is Masters.
Happy Masters. Happy
Masters. All right, we're going to have a good show. We're going to talk about our favorite outright bets so far, some early leans. Who can actually win? Who can win this dang thing? We're going to talk about our favorite top 10s with a top 10 six-pack. We got a couple prop bets for you, a couple of other placement bets that are available as of now. We are recording this on Sunday afternoon. This will be published on Monday, as will our other content that you will see throughout the week. You need to check out, if you're a DFS player, the Masters Flashback and Lessons Learned episode is only about 35 minutes, and there's some serious good nuggets in there from our friends at DraftKings that sent us a bunch of free data evaluating the past Masters and roster construction, ownership percentages, all kind of good stuff. And then we did the DFS preview in full, talked about a lot of players in there. So even if you're not a DFS player, but you just got some spare time, we talk about a lot of names, probably more names on that show than you'll get in this show, because we're really going to talk about who can win here. And those names are few and far between. So check out the other content. Our boy Matt Every is going to join us here live from San Antonio. He's at the Valero wrapping up the coverage for ESPN Plus and the PGA Tour. So he's going to join us a little later. We'll plug that in the middle of the show, get Matt's thoughts on the Masters, some of his bets, and we'll do our fun thing, our season-long bet with Matt. That'll be awesome. So, Pat, I know you're excited, and we've done some shows already. It's going to be a great week. You're going to be in the Discord this week and out of the tournament on the weekend. Big week for you.
Yeah, huge week. Definitely will be in the Discord all week, by the way. $5 gets you in the door, DB, on the Discord. $10 if you really want the goods. That's it. $5 a month or $10 a month. You get in there, and it's going to be awesome. We got a lot of things going on this week, so cannot wait, and I'm excited. Yes, I will be out at the tournament on Saturday. So if anybody listening is lucky enough to be on those grounds, look for me. You can't call me or anything. You can't tweet me, because I won't have a phone, because nobody else can have a phone. But you might, let me know beforehand. But I'm looking forward to it. Weather should be interesting. I think we're going to get a lot of rain early in the week. Then we're going to get some sunshine, but it's going to be chilly. I think the course is going to be in excellent shape. So I'm looking forward to it all. It's my favorite week of the year, DB.
Yeah, it's a great week. We've done some shows already, Pat, and while it is Sunday afternoon, I went ahead in between the recordings and I poured myself a stiff liquor drink.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I didn't know we were supposed to do that. I'm drinking a little bit of water here, TB. So
yeah, I hadn't been drinking a lot of liquor lately. Honestly, last time I did, I was with you and your brother.
There's a lot. You made up for it.
Yeah. So I hadn't really been doing it very much, but it's Masters and I'm pumped. And by the end of this, I wouldn't mind maybe a little tequila face. I get a little bit tequila face every now and then. Yeah. I got some tequila in here.
What you got? You got some Casamigos or something? No free ads. But
I got some Tapatio.
Oh,
which is which people think is low grade. It's actually not. No glycerin in the Tapatio. Very good stuff. If you have a nice tequila recommendation, I would love to hear it. If you like, if there's a good tequila drink you like, you know what else I'm into right now, Pat, is gin. I've been doing a little bit of gin.
Oh.
When I want the clear stuff, I go gin. Every now and then I do it. I don't like Blanco tequila. So then I do Reposado, Añejo, even a Mezcal. Let me tell you this. I had a Mezcal old fashioned the other week.
Oh, now that sounds really good. I got to try that.
It was so good. Listen, if you have any of those recommendations, drop them in the comments on YouTube. We need the likes, all the comments, subscribe on YouTube. Big week for us. And really, all of our content this week, if you are a Tour Junkies fan and you appreciate the free content that we've been giving you for 10 years, then we are not too proud to beg here, because this is a big week for us. So help us by liking, commenting, sharing things you see on X, on Instagram, telling your buddies, your family members that are into this kind of thing about the show on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Drop the comment on YouTube, all that stuff. That helps us out a lot. So more free content to come with shows and the email coming out, all that good stuff. And we do want to thank our friends at SoBet, because without them, it couldn't happen. And we are cleaning up on SoBet right now. I think by the end of the Valero, I will have also profited the people on SoBet for the Valero. So I think we're going to be up around 20 units for 2025 through our exclusive golf bets only on SoBet, where over 100 plus handicappers from every sport imaginable are on SoBet. They've been vetted, and there's transparency on the platform. You can see how many units they're wagering, how many they're up, how many they're down, who's hot, who's not, their sports specialties, all the goodness. So if you're betting at all, you need to be on SoBet, and you can do it for just $1 for the first month with code TJ2025 that pre-fills when you click the description in the podcast show notes or on YouTube. Our friends at SoBet have been supporting us now going on year 3. We greatly appreciate them. They do a wonderful job over there. A great platform, great app on iOS and Android, as well as a desktop experience. So check out SoBet. We will be dropping exclusive Masters plays in SoBet all leading up to Thursday, as we do every single week. So thank you to them. It's a big deal. Also, before we get to Matt Every, Ryder Cup, Pat, we are going to the Ryder Cup, as we've talked to the people, and we want people to go with us to the Ryder Cup. And with our partnership with our friends at Elite Events, you can go to the Ultimate Ryder Cup and Golf Getaway in New York City, September 25th through 29th. Here's what we're doing, people. And we want as many of our Tour Junkies listener friends to go. If you've not signed up already, you need to. But this is what we're going to do. The first night, we're going to go to a Yankees game. You, me, Pat, all our friends. We're going to the Yankees game. We're going to sit together. We're going to have a great night. I think they're playing the White Sox. The hotel accommodations are included. The Yankees game's included. The transportation to and from the game, to and from all that we go and do between the Ryder Cup and all that is all taken care of in this package. The next day, we're going to wake up and play a 27-hole Ryder Cup style tournament at a nice little Muni there in Manhattan with breakfast and lunch provided. And then on Saturday, where you're going to go together and descend on Bethpage as a Tour Junkies crowd to watch the Ryder Cup and attend the Ryder Cup. Saturday night, then we're going to go to the Georgia-Alabama game. We're going to watch that. We're not going to go to the game. We're going to go to a bar and watch it and have a great time cheering on the Bulldogs, taking on Alabama. And then if you want to stay one more night, you go with us again, me and Pat, and descend on the Ryder Cup for Sunday. Packages are shown here. Again, it tells you all that's included. If you click the link in the description, it'll take you to a form you can fill out. And look, even if you can't do all of it, but you want to do some of it, when you click the form, fill it out. Our friends at Elite Events, you'll talk to a real person here in Augusta, Georgia. They're not in some foreign country somewhere that you can't half understand. You'll talk to a real freaking English-speaking American, which you just don't get sometimes. And I'm sorry, but it just makes it difficult, okay? These people know what they're doing, and they want to help you. So click the link in the description, and they'll help you out. It's going to be a great time in September.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Cannot wait. That will be my second favorite week of the year, DB. This will be my favorite, but that'll be my second favorite.
Yeah, agree. All right, let's kick it to our friends. Let's kick it to ourselves and Matt Every. All right, folks, we've kicked it to ourselves in the middle of this betting preview. Our boy Matt Every, fresh off the golf course, dripping with SPF, and sex, basically, in his hotel room, live from TPC San Antonio. Middle of Sunday evening here. We're waiting to see if Brian Harmon's going to hang on and do this, but forget about the Valero. It's time to move on to Augusta. Matt, thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking the time. I know you've been busy. You probably can't wait to get to dinner and get a shower. You're a man of the people, and we do appreciate it. Give us your thoughts on the Masters in general as we head into the week and golf course. Anything you want to share before we get into the picks?
I mean, I feel like you guys are more experts on Augusta than I am, like 10x. I played there twice, 2 rounds, Thursday and Friday, both years. It's the coolest. I mean, it's the pinnacle for basically everybody that's started to play golf that ends up on the PGA Tour. Life, it's a full circle moment the first time you get to go to Augusta. I don't know if I have a terrible memory, so if I told you this already,
same,
rip it. But I remember the first year I played there, get on the first tee, and I just freaking throttled one down the middle. And I looked over to the right, and my mom was crying, and I was like, "Oh, I did not need to see that." I was like, "Come on, Mom!" No, I mean, it was. But at the same time, it's like you just get all these feelings through your body. It's pretty cool. It's just an incredible experience. I got to play the par 3 with. At the time, I think they've nipped this in the butt, but at the time, if you won a USAM, you could play the par 3 in practice rounds. and I think it was in 2015. Billy and I got to play with our college coach, Buddy, because he won the USAM. Yeah. And it was super cool. We get on the first hole. He's a nervous wreck, dude. He didn't even want to play. We did like drag him in to play with us. He's a nervous wreck, can barely pull it back. Tyson's caddying for him, his son. And he was like so nervous about hitting in the crowds. First hole, he hits it in the crowd, makes double. Next hole, he gets up there and he like hits one a groove low thin. And it was a total accident, but it went in the hole for a hole in one. And
no way.
It was the coolest. It was just what a moment. But that place is just so special. I don't need to tell you guys how special it is. You guys are DB, you're an Augusta boy. Like it's just the best, man. Yeah. And then as far as the course, like you want to talk about course history. I mean, or horses for courses. I'm a big subscriber to that here, maybe more so than anywhere.
Yeah, I know. I would definitely agree. As a big course history guy, it shows up the most for us when we're looking at it, especially in our models and things like that. So.
Yeah.
Hey, this is completely off the cuff here, but you just got me thinking. Like, if I had to hit a shot on the par 3. Now I played the par 3 because I was a caddy there. I got to play as a caddy on caddy day. I played it twice.
I played it once.
And I can't imagine playing it with people surrounding the whole golf course because of the likelihood of a shank.
Yeah.
And I just feel like with me, I'm way more likely to shank it with a wedge in my hand. So to help out, as a guy who's played a lot of golf, and they say, I don't know if this is real, but this is what I tell myself and my 14-year-old whenever we shank a ball. It's like, hey, they say a shank is really close to a great shot. I don't even know if that's true, but I would imagine you've hit some shanks before. Like,
dude,
if you're a pro, if you're an amateur and you have a shank or you hit a shank and you have to correct it, like what is your like number one go-to thought?
Okay, I'm lining that thing up in the heel next time if I shank it.
Okay, set it up in the heel.
Game of opposites. I don't know what. I'm sure there's a million things that cause shanks.
God, that is terrifying to think.
But if I did, well, you're going to get your body out of the way, right? If you set that thing up in the heel. You keep moving it out towards the toe, you're just cheating it. There's some kind of flaw in there. Justin Rose hit I saw it like right down the line.
I saw the video.
A proper shank. I mean, straight to the right, 200 yards with a 5-iron, like pitch out. Pretty crazy. I only hit one shank in my life, DB, and it was when my career was spiraling out of control on tour, one shank. And it was probably my last year playing the Bob Hope or whatever it is, the Amex. And I was really struggling, man. And I remember getting over the ball and being like, just be an athlete here. That's exactly what I told myself before I hit it. And I just dead shanked this thing. It was a 7-iron, just dead shanked it 110 yards in for my second shot at the stadium course, the first par 3 in the back out there in the desert.
Sick.
Real sick.
Put it on the heel, huh? Yeah, it is a game of opposites. What a terrible game it is that we play. Terrible on the mind. Okay, so Augusta Special, we know that. Have you looked ahead to weather or anything like that? Pat and I were talking about it on the other show. It seemed like, it's going to rain a lot tomorrow on Monday. We're recording this on Sunday. Yeah, it's going to rain like 1.5 inches.
That's a bummer.
And then that's it. It's going to get out of here. They're going to suck it out of the ground with the sub air, and it's going to be out of here. And I think we're going to have a pretty regular kind of setup, unless you seen anything different. It's going to be a little cooler, I think. But
you think 1.5 inches of rain, they can firm that place up? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Especially because there's going to be some wind coming in too.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, I don't think they can get it like firm, but I think they're going to get it where they want it, appropriately firm.
Sure, as long as it doesn't rain the rest of the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of temps are we talking about? Like, what's cool?
I mean, it's not getting in much higher than maybe 65.
Yeah.
68. Yeah.
Which in lows in the mid 40s.
I mean, I remember going. Okay, so the year Spieth won by a ton there. What was that? 14, 15?
15, I believe.
Yeah.
Jonas Blix finished like second or third. Do you remember that year?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Jonas Blix and I have a long track record.
Do you really? I love Jonas. So Kuchar, he kind of had a decent track record there too for him at one point, I feel like. And it was eye-opening to me when Jonas finished second, because I played a ton of golf with Jonas, and he is not a ball striker. He's a wizard around the green. He's a great chipper of the golf ball, and so is Matt Kuchar, like a really good chipper. And I think at Augusta, there's a lot of room for separation there. Like if you're a guy that's shallow and has really good form and like knows where the bottom is, you can run the table there, because it's pure surfaces. I mean, there's tough shots, but like if your form is nice, you can't hit off anything better. And then at the same time, if you're a guy that kind of runs from your chipping a little bit, there are some full-on heebie-jeebie shots out there that you can't run away from. Yes. So listen, over the course of a week, I don't think you can run from it all 72 holes. You might be able to for a little bit, but I think that might be, when people think of Augusta, they normally think of length, fast greens, and then drawers of the golf ball. To me, that's where I go. Or does that make sense?
Yeah, the right to left ball flight.
Right to left, yes. Like I was taking a peek at the model right now, and obviously, like, I'm not going to touch Rory or Scotty there. It's boring. So I'm looking at middle of the pack names, and Wyndham Clark's name shows up, but the only thing that holds me back there is that guy just rips a cut left to right, and it's like, I don't know. Like, there's so many awkward tee shots there that are right to left with shit on the left, and if you get a wind off the left, it's not great for a fader.
Yeah,
good insight there. All right, let's talk about the season long bet. Let's get into this, and then we'll get your outright thoughts and a couple of top tens you like. Valero's still not done, so we don't quite have an update here. It looks like me and Tony might have the best week out of the bunch, but Tony's still going to have a nice lead, I think, going into the Masters. Pat, you have the first pick. We're going to take a guy shorter than 30 to 1 or shorter, and then a guy 100 to 1 or longer. And Pat, you have the honors.
Oh man, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to do it to him. I don't want to do it to him. So I'm going to take Scotty.
You don't want to jinx Rory.
I don't want to jinx Rory.
Wow,
what a gentleman.
Yeah.
So what a gentleman. I will then I have the next pick, and I will happily take Rory. Tony has sent in his picks, so Tony's next. He's sent in his picks. He has Bryson listed first, so Tony's taking Bryson. He's believing in the YouTube golfer, the big YouTuber. So Matt, the board is yours.
Fuck. These live guys scare me, bro. Give me Justin Thomas.
I like it. We talked about JT, and the future version of ourselves talked about JT on this show.
Okay, and then what are we? 100 to 1
right.
next?
Yep.
Yep. Back to you, Matt.
Okay. Matt McNeely.
Okay.
Ooh, finding a little form this week too, by the way, Matt.
I talked to Scott Hamilton this week, and he said before the week started, he said, look, I know Mavs missed 2 cuts in a row, but he is freaking playing really good right now. And then obviously he ended up playing good this week, tied for third. Because I always pick his brain about his guys a little bit, like Hoagie, Kirk, McNeely. I was like, who do you like this week? He goes, man, well, Hoagie's he's hard not to take here because he's such a good iron player. But Mavs, I wouldn't worry about those 2 missed cuts. He's doing some nice stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't hate it. 120 to 1. I mean, that was a quick little pick, but I don't know. What do you guys got?
It would be not me.
I like it.
Tony.
Tony wants, so Tony gave me a list of guys, but the only guy at 100 to 1 or longer is Keegan Bradley, which so he takes Keegan. So he's got Bryson and Keegan. You have Justin Thomas and Mav McNeely. I have Rory, and I am going to pair roars with this is tough. There's two guys I'm deciding between here. I am going to go with the guy higher in my model, 15th in DB's model, playing quite well, has not played the Masters since 2022. But I'm going to ride the hot form with Daniel Berger. Give me Boog. DB straight vibing. From one DB to the next.
I'm going to go.
Pat, it's on you.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go with some experience here and a little bit of age. So I'm going to go Justin Rose right there at 100-1.
Like it.
Ew, yucky.
I like it.
All right. Pat with Scotty and Rose, Matt with JT and Matt McNeely. Tony's got Bryson and Keegan, and I have Rory and Daniel Berger. Big week for the season-long bet. All right, Matt, give us any other thoughts, any other outright guys you're looking at. Obviously, it's early. We're not trying to commit to anything. Matt will drop his final picks in the Discord on Wednesday.
Yeah. I mean, the first guy that really jumped out to me, like, whoa, those are nice numbers here for how he's been playing, and his best finish at Augusta is tied for 16th, but this is a guy that hits it pretty far and loves to work it right to left. I like Sepp Straka here. I mean, that guy predominantly works it right to left, and sometimes you can get him in trouble, but he's got it slotted. This place is right up his alley, especially off the tee, I would think. I don't know, man. Who do you guys like? This is really
we're going to talk about that later.
This is okay. This is I'm running.
Let me ask you this: Are there any live guys that you're interested in? Because you made a comment about the live crew, and I'm interested to hear what you have to say about.
Well, I just don't know, like.
I mean, they did just play Trump Doral. I mean, Dural's a really good test, comparable to Augusta.
Who won that?
Mark Leishman won it.
Did he really? Awesome.
Sure
Love
did.
that. Mark
of notable names in the Masters, Sergio was solo 3rd, Bryson was solo 5th, Phil was solo 6th, Patrick Reed was T7. No, this is
last
today.
Week. Yeah.
No, today. Yeah, Reed was T7, Cam Smith was T9, John Rahm T9.
You're not even going to mention Charles Schwartzel it's second?
I'm not, because that's a tease. Coming soon. Coming later.
Okay.
Bryson would probably be where I would go with a live guy. Joaquin, I mean, I don't know. I feel like he was kind of a sexy name there for a minute to look at. But
he's won twice on live this year.
Yeah, and you keep hearing everyone say, "Oh, like he's one of the best players in the world out there." I just can't even take that. I'm over the live, way over it.
Okay.
I am. It's just, what are we doing? This is stupid. It is. It's fucking dumb, dude. It's like I don't know. Let's see. I can't wait to see what Brooks does.
When the contract's up.
Yeah. What about Spieth? He do anything for you guys this week?
Spieth does always for me.
Okay. Well, I had him all 4 days this week. I got to see him play a ton.
Okay. Very interested now to hear this.
He struggled with the irons, but it was a weird week here this week. I mean, the weather was crazy. The only thing I see, and I had Jordan in Tampa too for a few days. I think he's totally fine, like ball striking wise. The only thing I'm worried about with Jordan right now is the uncomfortable tee shots he's struggling with. And they're uncomfortable shots for basically every right-hander. Like any kind of like trouble left, wind off the left, hole goes to the left, like certain things like that. Like I've seen him hit some pretty squirrely drives. Now, here's the thing. Augusta, you can play from the trees there because there's no low-lying limbs. So if Jordan just gets access to the back of the ball and has a swing, he can probably bend it, however much he wants. When he does if he does hit one of those, but I've seen him hit plenty of good shots too in the last few weeks. I I don't know.
I don't feel like Jordan's in winning form. I feel like he could
Mm,
have a good week, but he could also trunk slam. I just don't. It doesn't seem like he's in winning form.
Shane Lowry do anything for you here?
And see, Spieth always does something for Pat. Shane Lowry always does something for me.
Does he?
More on that later. Yeah.
What
about like a long shot top 10?
Long shot top 10.
Other than Mav, obviously Mav. What's Mav's number?
His is plus 750. He's plus 750 to finish.
Wow, that's deep. He's never played, right?
No,
he has not.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's a bomb.
That is a bomb. Ooh, I don't know, man. I'm looking. I'll get back to you on that.
All right. Well, listen, we've had some good discussion here. You're obviously in a hotel. I'm in a rental house, basically for the Masters, and our signals are getting weak. And go ahead.
Gator game, national championship tomorrow night. We're cutting down the nets. San Antonio. How lucky is that?
Yeah, I think.
Are you going?
Yeah.
I think you're going to be watching them cut down those nets.
Yeah, I'm going. I had to change all my stuff last night. Pain in the butt, but definitely worth it. Going with a couple buddies.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, to be honest, I was kind of bummed Duke didn't pull that out. I would have loved to have seen a Florida Duke final, and but we'll see.
Yeah. Good luck. I have the Gators on the bracket winning it all, so I'll
do you?
I'll halfway pull for the Gators here.
Yeah. Do you hear what Harmon said about the Florida Auburn game?
Yes, that if it was playing in his contacts, he wouldn't watch it.
So good.
That's such. I got to use that. That is
awesome. That was
so good.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Have a great night.
Boys.
Appreciate you joining us. We'll kick it back to ourselves for the rest of the show.
All right, golf addicts, we partner with our friends at DraftKings, and the battle for the jacket is heating up in Augusta. And there's no better place to sweat the action than DraftKings Daily Fantasy, the ultimate destination for fantasy golf fans. And for the year's first major, DraftKings is giving all customers a shot to play free for a $1 million top prize with your next $10 deposit. It's simple to play. Build your dream lineup while staying under the salary cap, then sit back and watch as your players rack up points. Every birdie, every bogey, every clutch putt, feel the intensity of every shot. Should you roster Rory? You banking on Scotty doing it again? Are there some live guys you like? I don't know. Maybe they need to be in your lineups. We shall see. Download the DraftKings app and use code JUNKIES to play free for a shot at the $1 million top prize with just a $10 deposit. That's code JUNKIES for all DraftKings customers. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. 18 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. Minimum $10 deposit required. One single-use $10 ticket rewarded for Fantasy Golf Millionaire contest that expires on April 10th at 7 a.m. See terms at DraftKings.com/promotions.draftkings.com. See terms at DraftKings.com/promotions. And we're back. We have no idea how well that went, but I'm assuming it went swimmingly. I know
it was amazing. It had to have been fantastic.
I know Matt looked great. I do know that.
Of course, yeah.
Did you see all the love he's getting on our? It's almost too much. It's like he's getting a lot of love in the YouTube comments. People are talking about I don't know. I'm starting to feel insecure.
Well, and he even says that when he's out doing these tournaments and calling the event, that he hears folks yelling at him about tour junkies and things like that, which makes me feel special.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I get yelled at much, and I'm actually the tour junkies or one of the tour junkies. But
you are the tour junkies. You know, you're it.
But he gets yelled at more than I do.
Guys, if you see Pat, yell at him. If you guys see him, yell at him.
Yeah. Okay.
We should have something. We should have some special thing that people yell at Matt, and we'll say it now when he doesn't know it because he won't watch this part.
No.
And they yell it to him. And and then we know what it is, but he's confused by it. Okay, so if you have a suggestion on what that could be, put it in the comments on the YouTube channel. And then Matt doesn't look at the comments either. So just say yell this at Matt. Let's make up something. Pat, let's talk about the outrights. Let's talk about the outright market. I want to talk guys who can win. We said this on the DFS show. There's 96 players in the field. Could be 97 if somebody wins. If Brian Harman doesn't win Valero, and Andrew Novak or currently Ryan Gerard is 5 shots back, something crazy happens. There might be 97. Okay. There are 5 amateurs, 7 olds like Bernhard, Fred Couples, VJ. And then I count 15 other guys, not including those 12 that I just mentioned, the AMs and the olds, that have 0 chance of winning this tournament. I'm talking 0. So that's 27 guys. So basically, I'm saying there are 69 to 70 guys that have at least a snowball's chance in hell of winning this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's really only about 20, 25
Yeah.
that have any sort of real chance of winning. So I just want to think about that, talk through that, and let's talk through what we want to do. And it's got to start at the top because it feels like everyone wants to know. We talked a little bit about this in the DFS show, but Scotty or Rory. Scotty is your favorite, as he should be, at 4-1. Rory's at plus 650, around 7-1. We both, I'll skip some of the dramatics because we already talked about it, but we both agreed on the DFS show that we both like Rory, and we both feel like this is the best chance for Rory coming in that he's probably had in a long time, with not just how well he's playing in his own mental state, his own state of his game, his own personal life feels better, less tumultuous, less live drama going on, but also the state of other people's game. Like Xander's coming off an injury and a slow start to the year. You don't really have these other guys who have, sometimes been more in contention. Ludwig feels very hot or cold. Still only 1 lap around Augusta, despite almost winning it last year. And then Scotty has question marks. Obviously looked really good at the Houston, but he doesn't look like he has coming in years past. So it does feel like Rory's to win, and I really, really like it. And I want to ask you, I'm trying to get Rory juiced up over 10-1. And so, of course, I went to try to figure out a parlay situation. And it's kind of a tough parlay time right now because there's not a lot of sports that I really, really know, no football going on.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm drawn to March Madness. I'm drawn to the finals on Monday night. Now, I did have Florida winning it all. Shocked that Houston – I honestly thought Duke was going to win that game. Shocked that Houston came back and did what they did, but I was thinking, what could I do? So if I just did Florida money line at minus 115, they are the favorite. That does juice Rory up to 13-1 on most books. What are your thoughts? Do you have any thoughts on Florida and Houston? And then any other ideas on what we could do to juice Rory's odds, because we both like it?
Well, I think, Florida, Houston, I don't know, whatever. I think Florida's probably going to win.
That Clayton guy from Florida is unreal.
Yeah, I don't want to see it, but I do think they're going to win. I really thought Duke was going to win it all, so Houston winning was a shocker to me. So, I'd say you just stay in the golf world here at the Masters, and you can juice it up fairly easily by doing like a Rory at plus 650, looking at DraftKings here, and then add in a top 10 for Colin Morikawa at plus 130. And you got it at just over 16-1, actually. So, and I feel pretty good about that.
Dude, Morikawa is going to absolutely kill you on that.
You think he is a top 10?
I mean, listen, I love Morikawa. I think he's going to have a good week, but
you can get actually.
But isn't it his MO though? Wouldn't it be just right up Morikawa's alley to screw you on that?
He would. But you know what? Let's just go to the favorite then. Add Rory to win with a top 10 for Scotty at minus 250, and you're at plus 950. So
I like that.
9.5-1.
I like that.
9.5-1.
And then what's going to happen is then Scotty wins and Rory top 10s.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually not a bad. I do like that. That is actually better.
Yeah.
Will it let you do that? Did you just try that?
I'm looking at it right now. Plus 950, 2-pick parlay on DraftKings.
On DK?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Any other thoughts on those two?
Well, I think I am going to have Rory, and I think I'm going to do something similar to this. I just, and I'll probably have it just straight out right at plus 650. I have seen them on some books a little bit longer at plus 700, like you said. So if you get that number even higher, then I'd probably go there. But and you and I don't normally on most weeks talk about the favorite and have them on the card. But the Masters is a whole different ball game. Like you said, there's only a few people that can actually win. Or I say a few. There's definitely 20 or so players or whatever, but these two are on there, and so I'm gonna have some Rory on the betting card.
All right, I like it. I like it. Who else? Give me your next guy that you think can win.
Well, I think the next guy that I think can win is actually Jon Rahm at 14-1. I think Jon Rahm can win. He's a guy that I don't know what he's doing in Miami right now, but I know he was up near the lead.
Currently 5th, 4 shots back.
Okay, but just an excellent history here. I think we think of this not like DFS. We're thinking, okay, I think he always has upside, but I think he can win this golf tournament. So Jon Rahm is the other one. The last one I would say, for me, that all of these guys up here can win.
Yeah.
But I think the next one that I would feel the most comfortable putting on the card would be Colin Morikawa at 16-1. Even though you said he might screw that top 10, I do think he is the next one that I feel really good about.
We talked a little bit more in depth about the model, about the bet the number model, which is public, about my model, which is public. We talked a little more about that on the DFS show. But I will quickly pull this up just so we can, because I want to touch on it with Colin Morikawa specifically. And I'll zoom in a little bit here, but so if you go to the model page, I'm currently looking at my own DB's Masters model, which is public. And if you're a member at Bet the Number, you can check it out. But also the BTN, team puts out their own model every week, and I take my cues from that and then build my own. But a couple of stats. I mean, the BTN model really loves apex height. Being able to hit it high at Augusta into these greens is key. So that matters. And then I love the ball speed number. And that's where Morikawa really gets pulled down. Now, other than that, despite that, he's still 2 in my model. Obviously, because the irons are really, really good. And he still gains strokes off the tee despite the poor ball speed numbers. But I think, really, when it comes down to like nut cutting time, you're deciding your outrights and it's nut cutting time. I don't know that I trust Morikawa to close the door and finish it. He's still too much of a beta to me.
Okay.
It's still been too long.
About that a week or so ago.
It's just been too long since he's won. The putter worries me. The short game worries me. I do love his upside. I mean, I do think he's, top 10 feels good. I mean, a plus 130 top 10 does feel good, but I don't know that I trust him. And a lot of that has to do with those two numbers. And then really this long iron number, which BTN talks a lot about as well, not being great either. So anyway, a lot more information to be had there on Bet the Number. We encourage you to check that out, as well as listen, they're putting out some awesome weekly email content that if you guys aren't checking that out, I'll give you a sneak peek of what's coming out this week. It's not out yet, but they're doing a Masters email. This is free. You get it every week they do this, but they're doing a big one for the Masters. And look at this table of contents. I mean, they have the course blueprint, key stats, the model, outright stuff, first timer stuff, ball striking stuff, breaking down the odds board, favorites, honorable mentions, 2025 notes, Hurricane Helene information, new greens, weather, matchup of the week, which they're 3-1 in matchups. All kind of really good stuff coming out. They talk about these two key stats ad nauseum here on BTN. So I would highly encourage you guys, if you've not already, subscribe to the Bet the Number, the Bet the Number email. You should do that. You can do that on their website. So go check it out. And the link to the description to join Bet the Number is in the description of our podcast. Code TJ gets you a discount off any subscription that you have over there. You really want to check it out. Really smart people over there. All the data is PGA Tour ShotLink licensed. So check those folks out.
Speaking of check, do you know how I check out sometimes?
Yep. You just did it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just did it because I don't know if you actually did. You mention? I know you mentioned the matchup section. Did you mention that the matchups are 3-1 so far?
I did mention that. Yep. I literally said.
I knew I checked out during that part. Yeah. So yeah, I'll double mention it then.
Matchups are 3-1. Awesome. I'll triple mention it. So Morikawa is a tough one. So I'm out. Ludwig has not been consistent enough for me, so I'm out on him. Which brings me to my next two favorite guys, and And really for the number, I like your John Rahm play. 14-1 though just doesn't get me going as much for John Rahm. But Xander and Justin Thomas, I really wrestled with Bryson here, but I don't think Bryson is ready to win Augusta yet.
Yeah.
Xander and Justin Thomas. Xander at 20 and JT at 22-1. I like both. I only have like maybe 4 or 5 other guys that I think I like in terms of value and can win. So JT and Xander, I like a lot. And I can just go ahead and tell you that they will be on DB's Big Balls betting card at probably at these numbers, because I bet that they get shorter. So I'm probably going to jump on those. I like them both. I mean, the Xander question marks I understand, but the record here is tremendous. He's now a 2-time major winner, which he was not every other time he's teed up at Augusta National. He knows he can close the door on a major. And JT's missed the cut the last 2 times he's played Augusta, but he's firing on so many cylinders right now. It seems like he's poised to have a really good week. So I think those two speak for themselves. That's not really those aren't really hard to figure out. Brooks I looked at, but I don't know. I mean, he is trending better at Live right now, but I don't trust it. Now I'm starting to get to names in the 30, 40, 50-1 range. Is there anyone else shorter than that for you?
There's no one else shorter than that for me.
All right. Well, hit me with your next guy.
Well, DB. I think there's a couple right here that make me nervous, but I will have to say that I've already bet this guy, and so I'm gonna have to talk about him because I bet him early in the year when I thought that there was some value, and then he goes and wins a couple weeks ago, and he drops a decent amount down to 35-1, and that's Victor Hovland. I've got him longer than that. I was getting
wait. You're betting Victor Hovland to win the Masters?
I am. Don't care about the scrambling. I'm a believer. I'm a believer in Victor Hovland, DB. Made the cut his first time ever playing here as an amateur, was a low amateur. I like Victor, DB, and I've bought him up as the year goes on, and so I can't just sit there and not say that I like Victor because I've got him at longer odds than he is right now. And
what do you have him at now?
Well, he's at 35-1 right now.
What did you get him?
I got him at 60-1. I got him at 60.
I mean, that's in retrospect now, that's a great bet. That's a great bet.
So okay, I like that now.
Now, would you have him at 35?
No, I would not have him at 35.
Okay, that's what the people need to hear.
Yeah, okay. All right. But I can't not mention it. So yeah. The next one, DB. I like Patrick Cantlay at 35-1. I do like Cantlay. To win. Absolutely.
That feels yucky. We talked about him on the DFS show. I don't trust him to win either.
Okay.
He's kind of like Morikawa to me.
He is, but let me ask you this. Do you think Shane Lowry could win? Because I think that's going to be the next one you're going to talk about, Shane Lowry. Do you think he can win, or would you go Cantlay?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because, yes, I wrestled with Shane Lowry a lot. And as of now, I'm winning the wrestling match. I have, despite a tremendous weight disadvantage, he's bellied me a couple times. It's like, remember the old game, Street Fighter? He's E Honda and I'm the tall Thailand guy. What was his name? Remember what I'm talking about with like the bangles around his wrists and ankles?
No.
Now it's killing me. Hold on. Street Fighter. You remember E Honda?
I do remember that.
Thailand guy. Sagat Pechyindi. Sagat. Is that
let's just go with Sagat. I don't want to even try to say that.
I swore it was a different guy. Anyway, I'm Sagat. He is E Honda. He's the fat guy going like this. And right now I'm winning, and I'm not betting it. But I ain't making any promises. Okay, fingers crossed behind my back. Not making any promises. But right now I'm not betting him because I don't trust his putter. I don't trust his putter at Augusta. In a normal weather year, which I think we're going to have, I don't trust his putter. So when you got to shoot 6 under or 8 under to win, I don't like that. If it were going to be a little more difficult, you'd have to make everything. I'm okay. So right now I'm out, but I'm not making any. So don't So all I'm doing is I'm hedging, because if he is on my card, I don't want people being like, DB said he wouldn't. No, he might be on my card. But I don't trust him much more than I don't trust Patrick Cantlay.
Okay.
If that made any sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. There's a couple more in here but I think you're going to get to them. So I don't know if you want me to say these names or not.
What feels alarming is that I do trust Corey Connors.
That's what I was about. He was going to be my next name. Yeah.
But his putter,
yeah,
his putter the last 4 weeks, 4 tournaments has looked excellent.
Mm-hmm.
His record here is excellent. He's and I said this on the DFS show. I tweeted 2 weeks ago when Taylor Moore dropped out and I had him on the card for Houston. I said, I'm taking those 0.15 units and I'm putting them on Corey Connors at 80-1 because he will not be 80-1 Masters Week. There are plenty of guys who, if you bet too early Masters Week, you will see they get longer when we get to Masters Week. Corey Connors was never going to be longer than 80-1. And he's not. Now he's already 65 and he's about to finish another top 10 in Texas. So Connors for me is a lock. And I bet him at 80. He's currently at 65. I would take him at 65. I would take him, honestly, I would take him at 50. I would take him. I mean, who would you rather have? Let's play a game.
Okay.
Would you rather have Corey Connors or Cam Smith?
Corey Connors.
Connors or Minwoo Lee?
Connors.
Connors or Henley? To win.
I probably would go. I probably would go Connors. But that's very close to me. That's almost a coin flip for me because I do like Henley a lot.
Connors or Will Zalatoris?
To really close the door and win, I think it would be Connors.
Connors or Bobby Mack?
Connors.
Connors or Hatton?
Connors.
I'm going to make you answer Connors or Cantlay.
Cantlay.
By how much? It ain't much.
No, it's not a lot. It's not
Connors
a lot.
or Lowry?
Lowry.
But it ain't much.
But it's not a lot.
Like, I think Connors should be 40-1.
Yeah. No,
he's gonna miss the cut. He's gonna miss the cut.
Yeah, no, poor Connors.
Connors or Akshay? He's the same price as Akshay right
now. Connors.
Yeah. Okay. Why did you hesitate on that? The way that was close. Was that really close in your mind?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I don't know. I needed to pause for a second, DB. I just needed to pause.
Okay. All right. Connors is. I am sniffing Connors' jock this week. He is in everything.
Okay. Well, how about this?
Let me chalk in DFS. I'm betting him outright. I'll bet him top 10. I'll bet him top Canadian. All of it. I want all of it.
Okay, now let me flip it around though a little bit then, because you didn't say this.
No tariffs on Corey Connors. We're not going to tariff Connors coming across the border. He's a Canadian that gets him for free. And he gets all my U.S. dollars. That's what he gets.
Well, all right. How about this then? Connors or Sepp?
F you, man.
I mean, Connors or Sepp?
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
I know, because you got to do it to me.
No. I will walk off this show.
I think it has to be.
I'm renting my house out. I got to pack. I got to get out of here. I will walk off this effing show right now. I think it
had to be said. I think the people needed to hear what your answer is to that question. Two people can't win a golf tournament, DB. Only one. Only one.
I would take Connors. And then I would take.
Wait.
And then I
would your eyes. I don't know if you're.
Then I would find a local bookie to give me a market on Sepp Straka without Corey Connors, and then I would bet Sepp Straka.
Okay,
but no, if you're gonna make me choose, Sepp is a Georgia Bulldog. But he is Austrian, so he's not like full-blooded American. I'm not like turning on my countrymen here. If you're gonna make me choose, I'm taking Connors. Only and really the edge that he gets here is the experience and the finishes at Augusta edge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sepp did have a good year last year, but Connors has more edge in that department.
He does. But man, is that close.
But Sepp is my next name on the list.
I know. I knew he was
80-1 is also insane. And I would run through that exercise that I just did with you. I would take him over Akshay. I would take him over Cam Smith, over Minwoo, over Russell Henley, over Will Zalatoris, over Bobby Mack, over Terrell Hatton. And I put him right underneath Cantlay and Shane Lowry.
Yep.
All right. Agreement, though, right? I mean, you agree on Connors and Sepp.
Oh, absolutely. He would have been my next name. I mentioned that just a second ago before we got into Connors. I said there's 2 more, but I think you're going to talk about them, and those were the 2 guys.
Like Rory, Xander, JT, Connors, Sepp might just be my full card. If I can, I mean, and technically I can't. I got to do something. The Big Balls betting card 20-1 stipulation for majors just does not work out.
No, it hurts you.
It's very
hurts
hard. It makes me lose money in the majors for the people. But I'm telling you, I think I do like Rory a lot. I'm just gonna have to parlay him. Anyway,
Maybe
all right.
put that on the card. Put it with a parlay. Get it
That's
to
what I
20.
might do.
Yeah.
You know, why do I feel so bound and restricted to rules that I made up on my own and nobody else really cares or holding me accountable to?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's your next pick?
Well, now we're talking guys I think can win, and we're going after Sepp here. I think I'm going 100-1, DB. I'm going 100-1. I think, truly believe Keegan Bradley can win this golf tournament at
Agree.
100-1.
Agree.
Yeah.
He's the next name on my list.
Yeah, Keegan can win this golf tournament. You look at his form; it's very good. He's 12th in the BTN model. Don't know what he is in yours, but I'm sure he's pretty high. 22nd last year in the Masters, 23rd the year before that. Keegan can win this golf tournament.
Yep.
So I'm a believer. And then after that, I only have one other name.
The apex height, he is number 1. He hits the ball very high. Ball speed is fine. Approach numbers are fine. I think the value there is very, very good. 100-1. He's a major champion. He's a Ryder Cup captain. Like, the moment wouldn't be too big for him if he was dialed. You know, if Keegan were 50-1 or 60-1, it'd probably just be one of those I'd have to stare at for a minute, but eventually I just wouldn't click on. But 100 is very solid to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. I mean, we're very similar here. So there's really no one in between Connors and JT for me that I'm just in love with. Now, I do think I want to talk about well, I don't know. Like, who do you think other than Rahm, who's your next favorite live guy? Like DJ, Hatton, Neiman, Reed, Bryson, who we didn't really talk about, Cam Smith, Brooks.
I think it is, even though we were very indifferent on, we didn't have much of an opinion at all on the DFS show. I think Brooks is my next favorite. And the reason is I just don't know what to read into him, the way he plays in some of these live events. I don't believe he was playing all of that well. I think it was in 2023, which was during his first live season. And he goes on to finish second. And, he does have, he has a weird history here, but we know Brooks is a guy that can definitely close the door when he starts to sniff the leaderboard. So he's one of those that I feel like if he's up there and I can get him, at a pretty good number here, or a decent number at 30-1, maybe longer somewhere else, but just looking at the DraftKings number. And if he has a good first day, I'm going to feel like, okay, I may have this. He could also have a terrible first day and then he's out. But Brooks is going to be the one that I think can actually, if you're talking about winners, absolutely, the guy can win
it. For me, I mean, I do think Rahm is the best chance. I guess it's Bryson after that. And that's probably it. I will say this: if you're looking for some live chatter, we definitely talked a good bit of a lot of the live guys on the DFS show. So heads up for that if you're looking for a little live talk. Okay, let's get into the top 10 6-pack here. And I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to talk about a few extra names because I got some bonuses for top 10s for Augusta. Before we do, Pat, will you tell the people about Discord? Because this is a big week. The Discord adds a lot of value. I don't want to skip over it. We've talked about SoBet. We've talked about DraftKings and BT Bet the Number and the Ryder Cup thing. But Discord is an important part of what we do. Will you tell the people what they need to know about the Discord, especially this week?
Very important part of what we do, DB, and it's a great week for that. Yeah, we got a $5 entry just to get you in the door a little bit, but you're not really going to get the goods there. You've got to be at you've got to be at that $10 level, or just go $99 for the year. Or if you want to actually just be an amazing person, $500 is a lifetime Discord membership into the Nut Hut. 500, and we have folks that have done that. We have folks that have done it. So, but
Great
a lot of content will come in there. We're going to get ownership projections. Okay, we're going to have those come out twice. So they'll come out on Tuesday, and then they'll come out again on Wednesday before the Wednesday night live chat, which is always a fun time. DB, I hope that you're going to be able to do the chat this week.
I'm going to try.
So
I'll be out of town, but I'm going to try.
Yeah, we've got the Wednesday night live chat. You've got the research tab that's got all the ownership. You've got DB's plays that go in there. Their props plays, matchup.
People money on props this week, by the way.
I know. Prop plays, matchup plays, the outright card, all of that kind of stuff goes in there. My card goes in there. Occasionally,
Matt Every's exclusive picks go in there.
Yeah,
final picks.
Yeah, I was going to go there, and so we get that. Typically, DB, we do a first look show for betting odds. I think it might be a little different this week. I may just kind of comb through the different books and shop. We're going to go shopping this week on the first look show, because all these our betting show and the DFS show are probably going to come out before I even do that. So we're going to do a little shopping this week. What else, DB? What else is in there that I'm missing?
It's community, just good people, good folks in there.
We have a lot of smart people, a lot of people that are much smarter than you and I are.
Yeah.
That are in there and they're giving you good information, bouncing ideas off one another. So it's a great community to be a part of. Come in this week and try it. I think you'll stay around, and we'd love to have you. So yeah, $5 gets you in the door, but that $10 level it opens up everything for you. So get in the Discord.
The last thing I'd say is earlier we begged you to do something that costs you nothing, just like a few seconds, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend. And now I would say, if you really like our content that we've been doing for 10 years that we do for free, join the Discord as payment for that. And also, you will also get fun community, additional picks, additional information, additional research, caddy info, and you'll probably make money if you just tail plays. That easy. So
exactly.
All right, let's get to some top 10 thoughts. Top 10, 2 locks. And then I'm going to give you 2 locks. I'm going to say strictly on the locks. And then I'm going to give you a couple of bombs. Pat, hit me with your locks first. I bet we're close to the same here.
Yeah, I think, and again, these are absolute locks. So I don't really feel like I can get too cute with these, DB. So I'm going with John Rahm at plus 125, and I'm going with Colin Morikawa at plus 130. Both top 10 locks. I know it's not fancy.
Yeah, I like it.
I know, but I'm trying to hit the locks.
Brother, I'm going Kawa at plus 135. I had that written down. And I'm going Connors. I mean, Connors is borderline. I mean, he is. He's 4 to 1.
He's a bomb. Yeah. So you're going.
He could be the bomb.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll give him as the bomb, as the one of one bomb. And I will go. No, you know what? Like this is who I like. I don't know. I don't like any. I'll go Justin Thomas plus 175. JT would be my other one.
Okay.
All right. Who's your bomb?
Well, this is actually a guy I didn't really get to talk about. As far as an outright, I do think there's a long shot chance that he could win it. He's 110 to 1, and it is his first year playing. We both liked him on the DFS show, but plus 650. I'm going plus 650, DB, Taylor Pendrith.
Ooh. Pendrith?
Yep.
Pendy?
I think the outright might be a little too cute, but
I don't know that I like the top 10. I do think he's he's an interesting play. I don't know. The top 10 scares me. Okay. This is going to help me transition to the next thing. So after the top 10, we're going to go into any other prop bets we have, any other bets we have for now. And it's Sunday afternoon, so not a lot's been put out. So we'll put matchups and all these other things out on SoBet and the Discord. By the way, the BTN matchup tool is fantastic. It's crushing it. and it's a great analyzer. I use it for my SoBet matchups, which I am 16-4-1 on the season for 2025. Only when I find a matchup where I think I have a real edge and bet the number shows me do I use it, and it's crushed it. So anyway, this will help me transition. I'm going to save one last name for another bet that I like, but Connors at 4-1 is unbelievably good value at a top 10 to me. I think let me pull up the odds here because it's been a minute since I've looked. I think Daniel Berger at plus 550 is interesting. Now, his best finish at Augusta was in 2016, where he finished top 10. He's not played Augusta since 2022, obviously coming off of an injury, but he's been playing great golf this season, really doing a lot of things well. He is 15th in my bet the number model, runner-up at Phoenix, 12th at the Genesis, 15th at the Arnold Palmer, 20th at the Players. Those are all signature big dick events. And Berger is playing like vintage Daniel Berger. Hits it plenty far enough, gain strokes off the tee, irons are solid. Around the green play has been splendid lately. Putter's been hot. I think Berger at plus 550 is excellent value. So I'm going there.
That was one, too, that I thought on the outright section that we might
get to. I kind of looked at that, too. We talked about this guy on the DFS show a little bit. I don't feel as much conviction about it, but I'm kind of monitoring the situation. Cam Smith at 4-1. Like, like look at his, you know what I mean? He's got a T6. He's got 4 top 10s in the last 5 years at Augusta. Like, Cam Smith he's currently T10 at Doral, and he's having one of the better rounds on the day at 2 under, where a lot of guys are not quite shooting 2 under, but he's playing well. He hasn't done much with Liv, but we talked about kind of how he's trending in the right direction on Liv. So I don't know, like 4-1, if you really buy the course history bump at Augusta, he's interesting. All right, before I give this last play, because it's a biggin. I like it like nuts in the wheelbarrow gif for this one. Okay, before I do that, do you have anything else on the top 10s?
I don't. That's it for me.
Here we go. Ready for this, Pat?
I feel not ready.
This guy, don't look at anything, okay? Don't look. This
Nothing.
guy.
I can't even try to guess.
No, you can guess.
Ask me to guess, but I just can't.
I don't want you to look at his last 4 starts, okay? Most recent to fourth T14, his last start. T20 before that. T12 before that. T33 before that. Currently in the top 5 at this week's event. Has a top 10 at Augusta 2022. Do you know who it is yet?
Well, you gave it away.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You gave it away by telling, because I had already looked at the leaderboard of the event.
Oh, okay.
But I think you're talking about Tom Hoge.
No!
Oh, you're not. Oh, wait a second. Wait, is he not in the top 10 right now, Hoge?
Wrong event, boy. I'm talking about Liv.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. Okay.
He is currently T2 at Liv. 2 shots behind the lead at Trump Doral, which is a tremendous golf course to play before you play Augusta National because it's long. It asks a lot of questions in the long iron to, head cover department on approach. It's overseeded. It's a big boy golf course, and he is 2 shots off the lead. And he's also won the Masters before, and he is 16-1 to finish in the top 10. I am talking about South African Charles Schwartzel.
Okay.
16-1 top 10. There are 69 guys who can win this thing. Okay. There are really 69 guys who can top 10 this thing. If he can beat 59 of them, 58 of them, at 16 to 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. His just for fun, if everybody's like, DB, you're insane. This leads me into the final portion of the show, props and any other bets available at the moment. He is, I think I want to ladder it. Okay. 16 to 1 top 10 plus 550, including ties on DraftKings for top 20. And still plus money in the top 40 department at plus 125. That is the Charles Schwartzel top 40 plus 125 is a hammer lock. Yoshi hammer in the camera .gif.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bringing the .gifs home to. I guess it's what tequila does to me. Tequila face does to me in 2025.
Yeah. Well. Okay. I like it.
My the only other placement bet that I have, you said his name because I led you. I deceived you.
Yeah, you did.
Tom Hoagie, top 40, including ties, is plus money at plus 105.
I mean, why not?
Right?
Why not? Guys, yeah.
He's T5. He's 4 shots off the lead, T5 at Valero. He's an approach G, never done much at Augusta, but plus 105 to beat like 20-something guys, 30 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like realistically beat 20, 30 guys is not bad. I have 2 more props and then I'm done. Do you have anything else?
No, I was actually going to go into Hoagie because you didn't talk or you deceived me. But since you came back around, I have 2 props and that's it.
All right. Well, these 2 are pretty quick and dirty. I mean, one is top Canadian Corey Connors at plus 120. I mean, Pendrith, I do agree, checks out nicely here and could have a great week. Nick Taylor, the guy is as unpredictable as god dang anything. I don't even know, but he could come up. Nick Taylor could win. He's got a 0.4% chance of winning. I did not include him in the 27 guys that can't win because he has a small chance of winning, but he also could just be Nick Taylor and suck. And then Mike Weir is the other guy. So Connors at plus money to finish top Canadian feels really nice.
Yeah, I like that one. I think, DB, that what people aren't going to be paying attention to is the race to be top Scandinavian.
Oh, God. What a race that is.
To be top Scandinavian.
Name another. Right now, if you're driving in your car, name another Scandinavian other than, who is it? Hovland? No, wait a minute. Is he Nordic or Scandinavian?
See, no, he's counted Scandinavian because he's in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, also, isn't he Nordic too?
I don't know what all he is, but he's
he's Nordic and Scandinavian.
He's both.
Holy shit.
Did you know that?
No.
You can be Nordic and Scandinavian.
Why is that even real? That's not fair. I can't be American and Mexican. Well, actually,
it's the same thing. It's the same bet of Nordic or Scandinavian.
Why?
Why did they change? Why did they?
DraftKings, why are y'all messing with us? Why? Now I'm questioning my geographical understanding of things.
Why does there need to be 2 tabs?
What does DraftKings know that maybe Hovland, Ludwig, and the Højgaard twins each have a parent who's Scandinavian and a parent who's Nordic?
Well, let me.
Or are they the same thing? I am an idiot. I've watched Vikings on the History Channel, and that's it.
The odds are different.
No way.
Yes, you might as well go Nordic, DB, because the odds are different.
No way. Why are the odds different?
I don't know.
Wait, what? My brain is broken right now, and I am. This is a very heavy pour, and I'm almost at the end.
I do not understand it, but the odds are different, and you get Victor a little better as top Nordic than you do as top Scandinavian.
Dude, the worst beat ever is betting Hovland to finish top Nordic because you get the extra bonus, but he doesn't finish as the top Scandinavian. But how does he not finish? But what if? Wait a minute.
So you could.
God. I'm so confused.
I don't know what to. I didn't even know this when I was looking at it that it was going to go here because I was just looking at Scandinavian. But yeah, you get better odds. Victor's plus 200 to be top Scandinavian, but he's plus 210 to be top Nordic. And also Rasmus Højgaard's plus 650 to be top Nordic, but you can get him plus 750.
Well, he's clearly a way better Nordic than he is a Scandinavian. Clearly.
Obviously.
I mean, he's
Yeah. I don't know if you don't take. Here's where I'm kind of getting at, though.
People are going to be in our comments saying, you guys are effing idiots. That's what people are going to say.
They may, but I don't understand this. And I do think, though, that Ludwig is not going to be either one of them. So I'm taking Victor over Ludwig in that situation. But I think one of the Højgaards could come in there and be the top Nordic Scandinavian.
What is happening? I'm so confused.
All right, last one for me, and then I'll let you close us out. But there has not been a playoff DB since 2017 when Sergio beat Justin Rose. 2017 plus 350 to have a playoff. I think we're due.
Okay, so that's just a vibes bet.
Yep, it's just a vibes bet.
Listen, this is a very juicy number for me as a basically 98% golf bettor. But if you're a cash, and that's short for casual, if you're a cash, and you bet NFL and NBA, and you have some big bankroll, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills, minus 205 to beat, I don't know, the Falcons or whatever, then you might like this number because this is about as automatic as it gets. Joaquin Niemann as the top South American is minus 165. So lay the 165, get your one, and you're welcome. Like Nico, Vegas, and the Duck, El Pato Cabrera, fresh off. He's scripting his prison stripes at 12-1. So like Neiman at minus 165 to beat those three idiots feels very automatic.
Yeah.
And you could parlay that with Corey Connors top Canadian at plus 253. I'm not touching the Nordic Scandinavian thing. Now I'm so brain broken that I feel like I'm not going to do something right, or I'm going to get boned out of it because something's going to.
Yeah.
That is the wildest thing that we just discovered.
I need somebody to explain it to me.
Oh, people will explain it to us in the comments. They're going to be like,
you
guys are effing idiots. This is where this is, you ethnocentric Americans.
Well, I want somebody to explain to me why the odds are different.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Group of guys with the same group of guys. Well, but if you count Rasmus as Nordic, it's clearly an advantage.
Yeah.
If Rasmus plays Nordic when he wakes up that morning, it's over. But if he wakes up feeling more Scandinavian, what if he has a Scandinavian breakfast? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah. He's out.
Tequila face is starting to hit me.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get out of here.
If anything was going to give you tequila face, it was going to be that conversation.
God dang it! I am flabbergasted. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Let's have a great week. Check out all the things in our description. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want to tell you. I could just look in our description and click all the links. That would be great. Like
one of them.
Comment, subscribe, meet us in the Discord, meet us in Bethpage for the Ryder Cup, and look, meet us at the ticket window, and let's bend over the bookies that confuse us with shit like Nordic and Scandinavian.
Scandinavian. I'm not even drinking tequila.
Scandinavian. Let's do that. See ya. Out. Tour Junkies featuring David Barnett is not an affiliate of CWM LLC. Opinions expressed by the host or guests do not reflect those of CWM LLC. CWM LLC does not endorse gambling or the entities promoted by the Tour Junkies podcast. David is a non-registered representative of CWM LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.